Hi everybody, welcome to Iwari's Voice. Today we have another episode of Career Couch, and today we are on Roselyn's couch. Yay! Let's welcome Roselyn.
Hi everyone, I'm so happy to be here.
Thanks
you for having me.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
Yes,
so it's a crazy idea I've had, and I'm so excited to have Roselyn as the first person on the Career Couch.
I am honoured.
Yes,
I feel honoured.
Yes. So I'm just going to say a bit about Roselyn, read out a bit of our bio, so you know the type of person we have on the couch. We only bring the best of the best, you know. So Roselyn was born in Harare in Zimbabwe, and she moved to Scotland when she was 4 years old.
Yeah.
So she completed all her education in the United Kingdom. She then studied law at Edinburgh University. She gained experience in the financial services sector, in the technology sector, and she also has experience working in the UAE and in Guernsey. In addition, Roselyn is a keen entrepreneur. The first time I ever heard about Roselyn was through her hair business. I'm like, who is this girl? You know, it was through her hair business. So she's a keen entrepreneur. She has a few businesses on the run. And her most recent project is called WEM Vision. And WEM Vision is on a mission to support social mobility with women and ethnic minorities, which is something that is so great. Recently, Roselyn was acknowledged for her work with WEM Vision. Can you tell us what that was about?
Yes, so I was featured on the Global Empower Ethnic Minority Future Leaders list for 2021. Yes. So that was just for the work that I've done in D&I and trying to advance diversity and inclusion in the workplace. So I'm really excited about that.
Yes. So I wanted to blow that trumpet because, you know, when you see a black girl doing well or, you know, someone doing well, you just have to celebrate them.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, I'm so glad to have Roselyn on the couch with us today. And the first question I'm going to ask Roselyn, the reason why you're on the couch today is, as I've explained earlier, Career Couch is all about showing that people have different journeys when it comes to their career, and not everybody has that black and white. I studied this, I got a first class, and now I'm working for Goldman Sachs. You know, we all have a different journey, and we're here to hear about Roselyn's journey and just to learn and glean from her journey.
Yeah.
So if I could just ask you one question, how did you get to this point at this time in your life?
It has been a journey. Let's just start there. It's not been very straight cut. I graduated, had no idea what I wanted to do. The vast majority of my cohort or my graduating class wanted to be lawyers, and I didn't necessarily know that that was the route that I wanted to go down. I knew I'd learned a lot of different skills on my course. I knew that there was a whole world out there for people with commercial awareness and commercial interests. So I started exploring different industries and decided that finance might be a route that I want to go down. So bearing in mind, I wasn't really that good at maths at school. I wasn't really, didn't see myself as somebody who wanted to be like an accountant or necessarily a financial analyst, but I had a lot of different skills, and finance actually catered to that at that time. So I moved out to Dubai to start a role as a trainee international wealth advisor, and went down that route within financial services, more the consultancy route rather than the analytical mathematician stuff. And since then, I've just been discovering what it is that I'm really passionate about, and it's taken a while. It's not been straight, as I've said. I had to go through a number of different roles to really figure out what I'm good at, what I'm passionate about, and what I can really bring to organisations. And I think that's fine. Yeah. I know sometimes
that's the whole reason why we're having Career Couch, you know? Everybody has different journeys.
Absolutely. So started out in finance, then I moved to Guernsey to work within financial regulation, because I thought the consultancy stuff was great, but I really wanted to get more in-depth knowledge of the industry, and I wanted to move closer to home. Moving away after university was a great experience, but it was tough being away from family.
I can imagine.
So I moved to Guernsey, which I thought would be closer to family, but really it's not that easy to get off the island at the moment. But
because of COVID,
exactly. And I work for a financial regulator out here, and I enjoyed that. Stayed there for about a year. Then I got an amazing opportunity to join a tech company. So I made a pivot very early on in my career. I went from financial services 1 minute, and then the next moment I was working in tech and really had to learn a whole new world after trying to figure out, you know, terminology in finance, and then now learning all the jargon in technology.
Okay.
So now I work in tech.
Nice, interesting. So we're just going to backtrack for a moment. So you said you studied law,
Yes,
and you didn't want to be a lawyer. Can you just walk us through your education journey? Why did you study law in the first place?
I studied law because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Okay. Perfectly okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and what I really put a lot of emphasis on was doing something that would open doors for me. So I didn't want to go down a route where I was specialising in something so early on, or felt like I was being pigeonholed. So I decided to do something I was interested in. I was interested in criminal law at the time. I was interested in commercial law at the time. And I knew that I would get exposure to a number of different industries just by studying law. So the tech industry, the entrepreneurship, I got access to a lot of different things on my course. So for me, I had to do something that was broad, and law did that for me.
Okay, that's good. That's good. It's totally okay to not know what you want to do. I think sometimes we forget the fact that we're going into university at the age of 18, you know, and you're expected to choose what you want to do for the rest of your life. Sometimes you have to choose from 16 when you're going into college, when you're going to do your A-levels, what subjects you want to do, because that's going to determine the rest of your life. And we need to realize that we're making these decisions as children. So, like,
that's true.
Decisions that could possibly impact the rest of your life. So it's totally okay to not know what you want to do, and to want to go into a space that's going to open up as many opportunities as possible for yourself. That was a wise decision.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, when you are making that decision so young, things change. Even halfway through your degree, you realise, actually, I thought I wanted to be a lawyer, not sure if that's what I want to do. And that's absolutely fine as well. And I think it's also knowing that there are so many avenues you can go down. Even if you think that you pigeonholed yourself, you didn't. There are plenty of opportunities out there.
Definitely. So you've talked us a bit through your career, where you are. I just find it so interesting. So first you started with training as a wealth manager, an international wealth manager. Then you moved to work with the regulators and financial services, and now you're in technology. What did that do for your brain? Like, how is that changing different sectors and fitting in those different sectors?
I think as a person, I am somebody who likes to have a broad range of knowledge. There are two types of people. Some people who really like to specialise in things, and some people who like to constantly learn new things. And I am the person who wants to have a bit of knowledge from everything. And I think actually when you start picking your career path, it helps to understand which type of person you are. Working in different industries and in so many different types of roles, because every single role that I've had has been so different and diverse. So I have always been the type of person that doesn't want to get too deep into something, but have an overarching understanding of lots of different topics. And I think that you are either a person who really likes to specialise in something, or you are someone who likes a holistic overview of different industries and of different areas, and that is me. So what that's done for my brain, I'd say, is that it's given me the opportunity to be able to work in so many different environments. Whether that is in a sales environment, I've had experience of doing that. Working in a really regulated environment, I've had experience of doing that. And then now tech, just being able to adapt quickly and be dynamic with different environments and companies, and people as well. So I think for me it's been really, really useful and helpful, and I've had a good overview of different areas and experiences. Nice.
I think one thing that Roselyn failed to mention was that she was headhunted for her recent role.
Yes.
So can you just give us a bit of background about that? So you were happy in your job.
Yes.
You were, you know, and then the recruiter just said, "It's like, I like you, girl. Are you gonna come work for this firm?" So how did that happen?
LinkedIn, one of the huge things that I've been speaking to our members at Win Vision about is having that presence online and ensuring that your LinkedIn is up to date, because you do not know who will stumble across your profile. So I actually just got an email from a recruiter telling me about the role that she was recruiting for and how I matched the profile of the person that they were looking for. And I was happy in my role. I wasn't necessarily looking to move. I was very comfortable. Toyosi will know. I was comfortable. There was nothing particularly wrong with the role that I was in. But I just thought, I never want to say no to an opportunity. So I wanted to hear more about the role and get a better understanding of what it was all about. So I went to the interview very relaxed, very, very relaxed, because I wasn't expecting to be leaving my role. I almost wanted them to sell me the job. I heard all about it and I thought, you know what, this looks like something that could open a lot of doors for me and fitted a lot of the skills that I already had. So I was open to hear more, and yeah, I ended up in the role.
Basically, they sold the job well.
They sold the job well,
So another question that I've always wanted to know is that, you know, some people found it so difficult from moving into uni to going into full-time work. Now, you didn't only leave uni, but you moved to a different country. With possibly a different language. I've never lived in the UAE, so different culture, different systems. So how was that? How was leaving uni, leaving home? Because you went to uni in Edinburgh, your family is there. How was that transition to the adult life and moving to a new country and working in a new country?
For me, it's something that I wanted to do. So I was actively seeking opportunities abroad. I don't know, I'm a free spirit. I love to travel. I love to experience new things. I like to put myself in very clearly uncomfortable situations sometimes. And for me, that is what I wanted, because it gives you a certain level of growth that living in your my hometown with the people that I know and the family around me can't give me. So I was always looking for those types of opportunities. It was difficult. Culturally, it was a completely different culture. Meeting new people from lots of different places in the world, but it was probably the best experience that I've had, because I just threw myself in the deep end and I got out of my comfort zone. And I always say, when you're out of your comfort zone, that's when you tend to grow the most.
Yes, I definitely agree.
So I grew a lot because I had to figure out how to do, you know, like the simple things, life admin, and, you know, navigating a new job and a new career and not knowing what you're doing, not knowing where you really live around you. And it teaches you to become really resilient and another understanding about people that are around you. It gives you that understanding of new people and new cultures and having to be dynamic and be able to switch up depending on what your situation is. So yeah.
Nice. Another question I have, because if you know Roselyn, so I've known Roselyn since 2019?
Yes.
Yeah, so a bit over, almost 2 years for...
Over 2 years.
Over 2 years. Ooh. We know her. No, I'm just joking. So I've known Roselyn for over 2 years, and just watching her, like, wherever she goes, I don't want to say you fit in, but like you just get along with the people there.
I try. You have to sometimes, you know?
So can you just tell us a bit about that? Like, how do you just... Is it networking? Is it a skill you've built over time, or was it always your personality?
Yeah, I think it's, you know what, growing up in Scotland as the only black person in my school, I'd say that I learned a lot about having to really learn other cultures and be able to fit in and be a little bit different, but be able to navigate. I don't know necessarily if it's a good thing all the time, but
it's a good thing so far.
It's a good thing so far. But I think just being in that environment where I had to learn how to be flexible.
Yes, flexibility.
How to be flexible and how to deal with a lot of different types of people. So I had to learn how to be flexible, how to deal with a lot of different types of people, and what I recognised is it's really important to find common ground with whoever it is that is in front of you. So I think I learned that very, very early on in my life, and I think it's followed me throughout my career and throughout my travels. I agree. I think I do get on with people quite easily. But I think it's just about finding common ground.
Yeah. And it's a skill you've built over the years. So,
I think so, yeah. I think
Mhm.
it's something that I built over the years without recognizing that I've been building it.
Yeah.
But I think that also comes from, as you were saying, putting yourself out of your comfort zone and learning
Mhm.
from experience
Yes.
every time that you do something.
So also, you just started this new project called WEM Vision.
Yes.
And it's about diversity and inclusion in the workplace for ethnic minorities and women. Can you just give us more information on WEM Vision, what WEM Vision does, and
Yes.
how WEM Vision aims to help people out there?
Yes. So, I'll take it back a little bit on how I came up with, I guess, the idea to start something like this. So I've been involved quite a lot in diversity and inclusion initiatives in my current workplace. And one of the topics that keep coming up is that we want diverse candidates. We want diverse candidates to apply to these roles. And the reason why we don't have a good level of diversity in our company is because ethnic minorities and women are just not applying for the roles. They're just not applying. So that is the thing that I kept hearing about, that we are an inclusive company, we want diversity, but we're not getting the applications. We're not getting the applications. So I started to think about, why is it that women and ethnic minorities are not applying for roles, and looking at research and trying to understand what is the factors. And what I realized is it's things like, how easy is it to get into tech? Even looking at the job descriptions, are they aimed towards people who want flexibility in their life? Typically, women prefer more flexibility in their roles, whether that is because they are looking after children, they have to go and do the school run. How flexible are companies, and how are they portraying that flexibility in their job descriptions, and how they hire and acquire talent. So WEM Vision came about, and the value of WEM Vision came about because we wanted to provide the service from A to Z for women and ethnic minorities. We want you to, when you're putting in your application, you have a strong application. Because it's all well and good applying. Best foot forward, right?
You nailed it.
Best foot forward. But what I've also realised is that a lot of it is psychological. So understanding also how amazing some of the candidates are. Our members are really, really talented and amazing. And sometimes it's just instilling that confidence in them and saying, yeah, you might not tick every single box in the job description, but have you seen how amazing your CV is? And really just getting them to focus on what their strengths are. So at WEM Vision, we want to help you with mentoring. So you're getting that one-to-one mentoring and guidance to help you with your personal development and your career journey. Helping you map out what your short-term and long-term goals are, because that is a huge key to success in my view. But also giving you the tools to be able to do your own job search, but also to really stand out when it comes to interviews. So giving you the insights, the information, giving members access to articles and guidance, so that when they do sit at an interview, they feel confident, put their best foot forward, but also can set themselves apart from other candidates who may not be as well researched or may not be as well prepared. So it's basically just a bespoke service to get you where you want to be, whether that is a job or a career growth.
Okay, that's really good. Well done for that.
Thank
When
you.
I saw that email from WEM Vision, I was like, Roselyn has done it again. She has done it again. Give it up from this star. I'm so proud of you. Like, it's a huge step, and you know, I'm rooting for you all the way.
Thank you.
If people want to get involved with WEM Vision, how is it? Is there a fee they have to pay, or is it free?
It is completely free.
Sorry, can you say
Completely free.
louder for the people at the back?
Completely free. All I need is your time and your
yes,
commitment
yes.
to actually want to progress. That's it. Time, and it's free, completely free, not a penny from me. That's it.
So please, you utilize this opportunity. If you're a woman going back into the workplace, or you're just entering the workplace, or if you're from an ethnic minority, WEM Vision is here to help. Roselyn is here to help. How can they contact WEM Vision if they need to?
You can contact WEMvision on the website. So www.wemvision.com. So that's WEMvision.com. And you can become a member, or you can just pop up as a question depending on what your query is. But yeah, we're here to help, and we love having conversations. That's the main thing. We're here to just converse with you and see how we can help you.
Yeah, and I think there's a maximum amount of members you can take on at any given point.
Yes.
So if you're really interested in WEMvision, I would advise you to sign up now before they do get full up, because the whole point of taking people on as mentees and the team helping people is also to be able to give people 100% of their time.
Yeah.
So they don't just want your time, they also want to be able to give you their time.
Yeah.
So there's only a limited amount of people they can take on. So sign up with WEMvision, go to the website. We're going to put the description on the screen, and in the description box below, go to the Instagram page, and help yourself. We're trying to help you here on the career couch. Yay!
Yes.
So have you ever had a surreal, is this me moment? Like, am I really here? Am I really doing this? Like imposter syndrome sort of thing.
I think it's something that you really have to acknowledge that it exists, because it's real. I think the most recent example that I can give you is when I got my award. I have never experienced imposter syndrome where I've actually caught myself and said, you are experiencing imposter syndrome right now. So when I got my award for the Global Empower 100 list that we were talking about earlier, I was scrolling through all of the 100 individuals, people coming from, huge investment banks. We were talking about Goldman Sachs earlier.
Yes.
Goldman Sachs, people coming from, America, people coming from everywhere in the world. And then there was me on that list. And I'm like, what am I doing on this list?
Of course you have to be on that list. Yeah.
What am I doing in this list? And I did feel like, oh, do I deserve to be here? But then I actually had to really take a minute to think about everything that I've achieved in the short amount of time that I've been in the organisation that I'm in. I also had to take a minute to think about all of the initiatives that I've implemented in the organisation that I'm in, and the things that I'm doing outside of work as well. It's not by accident. I deserved that award.
Yes.
And it's really just reinforcing your self-belief, your self-confidence, and acknowledging everything that you've actually done and not downplaying your achievements, because sometimes society wants to tell us that we can't scream and shout when we've done something good, but actually, yes, we can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
you can. Okay. Yes,
you can. And you can say,
celebrate
what,
yourself.
I'm talented.
And when you see others as well, celebrate them. Like let's normalize celebrating people succeeding. Okay.
I agree.
And if people don't succeed, celebrate them as well. Wherever they are, they're making progress. That's what's important. Let's stop, putting people down for what they achieve or what they don't achieve. That's not what we're trying to do here. Okay. We're all for diversity, inclusion, and
belonging.
Yes. Another thing I wanted to say was that, so you started your new role last year, and guys, in a year, Roselyn has managed to cinch and grab a promotion in her company. How did you do that? Can you give us tips on, growing in an organization? Yes,
actually, this is one thing that I have been screaming from the rooftops as part of WEMvision as well, because I'm not just sitting here trying to get promotions for myself. I want all of us to be promoted. Let's all be promoted.
Yes.
Visibility in your organisation is probably more important, I say, than how hard you work. Because you can work as hard as rock. Is that a good analogy? You can
rock is hard.
You can work so hard, but if you're not visible in an organisation, you will be overseen. So get involved so people know your name. Be the go-to person. Be the go-to person in whatever role that you're in. If you are a project manager, be the go-to project manager. Ensure that you're consistently helping others, because then they'll say, oh, Roselyn knows. Go and speak to Roselyn. But also you can be visible by just being involved in networks, events, showing your face. If you're on a video call, make sure that you are on video. Don't be the only person on a call with the video off.
Yes, yes.
Make sure that you're on video. And it can be hard. Speak up also. You know, it's hard to speak up, especially when you are young and you might be new in an organisation. But if somebody asks for an opinion, be the first person to give your opinion.
Yes.
Ask
questions as well.
Yeah.
Be seen.
Yes, be seen. Visibility, very, very key. But also don't let your title minimize you. So if you feel like you're in an entry level position and you don't have the authority to say certain things or do certain things, just bring ideas. Even if you think this is a huge idea, at least you are seen as somebody who is innovative, that is creative, constantly try and bring value and be visible. Those are my 2 major tips, I would say.
Thank you. So just to round off, thank you so much for being on the Career Couch today. It was great to have you here. Do you have any last few words you want to give people?
Yeah, I think I just want to echo the fact that I think it's so important for everyone to step outside of their comfort zone and just try and grow every single year. Set your goals out and try and grow, because when you grow and then you look back at the growth, you'll be amazed at how much you can actually achieve. But that all comes from stepping out of your comfort zone and not being afraid to pivot when society tells you not to necessarily. Research, make educated decisions, but you need to step out of your comfort zone to succeed.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Roselyn. I really enjoyed this talk. I picked up loads of learning points, and thank you so much. You guys should totally go check out Web Vision. You would love it. It's there to help you out. And thanks for sticking with us on Roselyn's couch today. Next time we're going to be on someone else's couch. Who's the person? We don't know yet. We'll see.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Take care.
Bye. Rolls.
I know. I saw you like, don't cut the grass now. Oh gosh. But not now, Mr. Man. Cut the grass later.
Like the gardener.
I know, right? Come to cut grass in the middle of our video.